Hey guys, so as most of you probably know, I have been very ghost on my YouTube channel for the last, I don't even know how long it's been that long. But I am back and I am looking for content. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing my videos on, but I feel like it is a good way to outsource my creativity along with writing and, you know, I do a lot of writing. I do a lot of singing and guitaring. But this is just another outlet for me. Um, and today, I guess I wanted to talk about life. That's quite a broad topic. I mean, when I say life, I mean purpose. I mean goals. I mean where you're going. Like, there's so many different like aspects and things that are going on in the world today. But for me, like a lot recently, I've been struggling with my anxiety again, and it will consistently be something I think throughout my life that I kind of have to check up on and make sure that it's not kind of overtaking me and who I am as a person. And that's a very hard thing to do. It's very hard to check up on yourself and say, "Whoa, you're getting too anxious." Because the thing is, like, when you're at your peak anxiety, you can't do that. You can't say to yourself, "Oh, it's a bit too, you've gone a bit too far now, Tash, better stop with those thoughts." You can't do that. You gotta, that, like, before you get to that point is when you're supposed to be able to do that. And most of the time I get to that point and then I'm like, "Oh, let's try applying these breathing techniques." And you get to the point where you're so worked up and you are so anxious, so you're practically hyperventilating, and you're like, try applying breathing techniques when you sound like a fucking pregnant lady going into labor. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, it won't work. So I've struggled a lot with that recently, but at the moment where there's like this gap between uni and work and everything, like there's this whole gap that happens over summer that I feel like is just not talked about enough. Like, and like the gap after uni, like when you graduate, like the feelings and thoughts and things that come after. But I'm not there yet, so I'm not going to stress about that. But one of the things I am aware of is it's always happens when it comes to summer, is when my anxiety always creeps up on me. And it's like, "Tash, what are you doing with your life? What's your purpose? Where are your goals at? Why aren't you working more? Why aren't you doing this more? Why aren't you doing that more? Have you not done your dissertation proposal yet? Oh my God, what are you doing with your life? Like, how are you going to succeed if you haven't even done that?" And it just goes on and on and on. And I'm like, "Yo, Tash, shut up. Like, seriously, I don't want to hear it anymore." Like, and I guess part of the reason I'm making this video is because I know like quite a lot of people do feel the same way and they are anxious during the summer period. And some people may even be anxious to start uni again, but I get anxious during the summer period because I'm like, it gives you real time to think because you're not really doing much. I mean, I work two jobs now, but I still, I'm not doing, I know, I don't think I'm giving myself enough credit. I do a lot. I do. But I feel like when you're at uni or school or college or wherever you're at, you're on a specific path, you're heading towards a specific goal, you constantly got essays and things to make sure that you're constantly striving towards something. And those things are set in place by a structural organisation. However, when you get to summer, you effectively are in charge of yourself and setting yourself goals and, doing what you want to do. And, I've achieved some of my goals. I mean, I've stayed in Canterbury over summer, which is a first for me because I hated uni in first year and I was absolutely dreading it for second year. And then here I am, still here over summer. I've got a new job, which is great. So I've set myself up for third year. I've sorted out my student finance. I am going to be learning to drive in the next month or so. I've moved house with great difficulty, but I did it. So there are like a lot of things that I've done this summer and a lot of things I can be proud of and say, "Hey Tash, look, you've done all this." But inside, I'm like, what is my purpose? Like, that's just been going round and round and round in my head, and all I can think of is purpose, 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 purpose. Because as soon as you lose sight of a purpose, you lose sight of you. You lose sight of what you're doing. You lose sight of your goals, where you want to be. And all of a sudden, you're on this dark and dreary road down to somewhere that you've never gone before. And you're just like, how did I get here? Where am I? What am I doing? So, I guess this is as much a video as for me as it is for you. But I just want to say you don't have to have a purpose. Like, a purpose is necessary for life, and I do think that. I think it's great to, like, think, oh, well, this is my purpose, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm striving towards, because that will help keep you mentally sane, along with other things like exercise, just plug in the physical activity. But at the same time, you don't have to have everything planned out. And I think a lot of people feel like you do. You know, you have to know what job you're going to go into. You have to know where your degree is going to lead you to. You have to know who you're going to get married to, how many kids you're going to have, where you're going to live. Like, you don't have to know any of these things. Like, stop stressing. Like, sometimes I just think to myself, for fuck's sake, Tash, you're 23. Like, you've got the whole fucking world in front of you. And here you are, sat worrying about what's going to come next. Like, what do I want to come next? Like, so what I'm saying is take control of your life. Like, because you can. Like, there's no reason that you have to think, oh, okay, in the next 5 years, I'm going to become a doctor or I'm going to become a teacher. Like, who the fuck knows what you want to become? Like, it's fine if you don't know what you want to become. I have no fucking clue what I'm going to become. But you know what? What I do know is I'm going to fucking ace whatever I have to, like, whatever I do in life, I will fucking work my hardest. I will work my arse off and I will fucking ace it. Like, and I feel like as long as you go out with that mentality and that attitude, you will be absolutely fine no matter what job you're in. As long as you give it your all and you're willing to work hard and you have the right mentality, you can go as far as you take yourself, as far as I'm concerned. So I guess this, like, fairly longish video now is just to remind you that if you are stressed and worrying over summer, or worrying about uni, or just worrying in general, just take a step back and be like, bitch, like, what are you worrying about? You got nothing to worry about, like, dumbass bitch. Like, this is the shit I have to say to myself sometimes. I have to be like, whoa, snap out of it, Tash. You got this. You fucking got this. So I guess what I'm saying to you all is, if you're having a hard time and you're struggling with your anxiety and you don't know what to do with yourself over summer, do not fear, because Tasha is here. That was so cheesy. But no, what I'm trying to say is just relax, you know, put your feet up and just, like, don't dwell on it too much. Like, yeah. So I guess the things to take away from this is, yes, the purpose is important, but you don't need to know the purpose for your entire life right now. So, yeah. And as always, I'm here for anyone if they need to chat or anything. And I'm sorry if, like, you've watched this video and it's been, like, the most boring thing of your life. But that was your choice, so I take no responsibility. But anyways, I will see you all soon. Hopefully, like, my next video will actually be planned, as this is kind of spontaneous. And yeah, to see you guys later.